So you guys, me and a family member, we both had moved at this same time, and so she started living in her apartment a little bit sooner than me. She stayed for the summer of 2018, and I went home for 2018 for the summer. So she had a roommate, girl, and how about, that's why I said I got story times, how about her roommate was his ex. Well, I think that was his girlfriend at the time. I don't even know, y'all, because let my cousin tell us she was a HOE and she had a whole lot of different boyfriends. And so I don't know when they exactly started dating, but I will say that she was roommates with my cousin. So, the way my apartment building was, you guys, my apartment was like way in the back, right? And where did the girlfriend, I don't know what part of the complex the girlfriend stayed in, but some mornings I would have to park like right in front of the office because there were no parking spots like way in the back. Like there were no parking spots in the back. So I would have to park in the front. And so some mornings when I was going to my car, guess who I was running into, you guys? I was running into the guy. And at this time, I'm like, what is he doing here? Because he was 1 year ahead of me. So he had graduated at that time, and I thought he was living back at home. But no. He wasn't all the way fully because he had a girlfriend, and he was staying with his girlfriend. Okay. So yeah, we would pass each other in the morning, and I'm like, this would be me right here, and I'm looking at him, and he's like, and I'm like, and so we're doing that, whatever, meeting each other in the morning, still running into each other. But one particular time that we was on the apartment complex, the wind began to take away, you guys. The wind began to take away. The wind was like, whoo. Like my hair was flowing in the wind. I had on this long little cardigan, honey. And the way that the windows were to the apartment complex, you couldn't see inside. Like people could see me on the outside, but I couldn't see them on the outside. On the inside. So I had this cardigan, right? And I was making it fly in the wind. So I opened up the doors, and guess who's standing at the desk? Guess who's standing at the desk? The guy and his girlfriend. And so he's like, hey. And I'm like, hey. And so the girlfriend is like, she just has this look of confusion. I don't think she knew exactly what was going on fully, but she would always have this just straight look of confusion every time that I would see her. It's like she knew something, but she didn't know something. So, I spoke and left out. Now, he was that type of guy who would try to conceal what he was doing at these cute doll parties, but little did he know, it would always get back to me because, not everybody who was around me was saved. And so they would tell me, it was like, oh yeah, I saw, and he was at the club, and he had got drunk, and he was that type of person, like I said, who would try to conceal what he was doing at these different parties. So yeah, he was that kind who was involved in this ministry, and also that kind that was going to the club. So he was living a double lifestyle, right? Now, when I was going to his ministries, you guys, I knew what I was doing after that. I was like, I'm going to go and I'm going to see what he doing up in here. And if he, if he acting like that. So, went, and I actually, because he was in a relationship at the time, so I took my eyes off of him because I like to have respect for people. So I took my eyes off of him, and I was trying to get with another man who was a musician who was playing the piano. And so, y'all, this is a crazy story because I used to be a substitute teacher, and the guy that I was trying to get with, he was a part of the ministry. He didn't go to our school, but he was a part of the ministry, and I would see him at like the ministry. Long story short, you guys, they were friends. Well, I don't know if they was buddy. They weren't buddy, but they was like, hey, how are you? And hey, how are you? Like, it was just one of those types of things. I don't think it was one of those types of things of, hey, hey, what's up? Like, it wasn't that. It was like, hey, yeah, we at the same little ministry or whatever. Anyways, you guys, we're gonna fast forward, because this could be a long story if I wanted it to be, because I'm so detailed, because I want you guys to understand how, things can be sometimes. So I want you to see how things can be. So I want you to see how this thing go. So look, I ended up graduating, right? In 2019, I ended up graduating, and then he added me on Facebook again because he had deactivated his page. And so yeah, he ended up adding me on Facebook again. I accepted the request, and at this time, I was moving back home. I was broke as a joke. I was working on my master's in school counseling. Thank God I didn't graduate with that, because baby, listening to somebody's problems all day is just straight up draining to me. I can't do that. No. So at that time, you guys, like I said, I had moved back home, broke as a freaking joke. Things had happened in my own personal life. I had lost my father, and, my granddad was, in the nursing home and things like that. And so I was just going through a lot. And so I just asked the Lord, I was like, okay, God, I'm ready for you to send my husband now. Because I also felt like I'm grown, and, I done graduated, and I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. So, I was asking the Lord that. I didn't pray consistently on that prayer, ladies. I want you to understand that. I prayed one time, and I got on the prayer line, and I got someone to agree with me. And they agreed with me. And 1 week later, he inboxed me, and he got straight to the point. He wasn't like, hey, how are you? I saw this. And no, he got straight to the point. Like I said, he was a grown, mature man. He got straight to the point. And he was like, here's my number. I would like to chat with you, but if you don't want to, then I understand. But it was something like that, you guys. Anyway, put his number there. I ended up texting the number first, let him know who I was. He texted me. And he was like, he was coming back from out of town. And at this time as well, you guys, I had started 2 brand new jobs as well. Because like I said, I was broke as a joke. So I was a full-time employee, and I was a part-time employee, and I liked my part-time more than my... So yes, like I said, I liked my part-time more than my full-time position. That was not for Ontavious at all, or just not even that, but everything that I had went through, before, it just wasn't conducive to me being in that type of environment. Like, I wasn't ready and prepared for that. So, and then me being a full-time student as well, you guys, and having to show up to class like 2 nights out of a week right after work, then working my part-time job on the weekends. I had no social life. I was grieving a lot of different things, and also just being back at home freaking with no friends, girl, no one to do nothing with. And so yes, you guys, that is what was taking place. And so I think he ended up calling me. I don't know who called who first, but we ended up talking,